It is the word? Morning. Which is the word? Assembly is using the computer now. Then you said which one shows when the action took place? The adverb of time there is what? Now. Then there was the last example, which says this. Immediately, the head teacher walked into the classroom. Listen to the sentence once again. The pupils stood up immediately.
It's a boarding school for both boys and girls. And on 9th, the roofs were blown off by a strong wind, and actually the damage is big. We are appealing to the national government through the CDF, the county government, the Minister of Education, to assist us to reconstruct the roofs and the classes actually that were blown, and they developed very big crevices. And now that the other pupils are joining us back in January, the parents cannot actually manage the cost. So my appeal is to the national government through our CDF and Honorable MP. I want to say yes, the boys' dormitory was blown off, and actually it has become a nightmare because the boys are actually sleeping on the ground in a classroom that has been converted to a system because the learning is on for standard 8 and grade 4. They are now actually sleeping on the ground in one of the classrooms, and there are 3 classrooms that were affected actually, and the pupils are confined in the few remaining classes, which cannot actually manage the whole school. The damage is too much for the parents actually and the BOM to bear. And that is why we are appealing to the Minister of Education and the national government to assist us actually. Actually, we are experiencing some challenges because of COVID-19 coronavirus, that we are supposed to maintain social distance. And now that actually the dormitory has been affected, it is unheard of actually for us to find this space and enough space to space the boys and the learners. Again, also looking into the other pupils when they join the school, will not be able to realize the social distance because several classrooms have already been destroyed. And to make sure that we protect actually these dear young learners, we are requesting to be assisted that we may realize and observe the COVID-19 containment measures that are given by the Ministry of Health. Actually, there is the fear of us actually being hidden hard by COVID-19 if actually these classes and the dormitory is not rebuilt, because there will be a lot of congestion that we can easily avoid if we are assisted in time. Where the boys are shifted to is just a makeshift because it's a mere classroom, and they are sleeping actually, they are placing their mattresses on the ground. They are likely to conduct respiratory problems because of the dust, and again because they are straining very much, they cannot get enough sleep and comfort. This is likely to affect their performance, and now many of them are candidates. They are straining. Actually, the place is very cold, and again, we cannot afford the social distance recommended by Ministry of Health because they are squeezed in a classroom.
We were affected by strong winds on the heavy rains, and as a BOM, we have been assessing the situation at the school vis-a-vis the parents. And due to pandemic of COVID, the parents are strained in terms of their resources and where to get funds to be able to support the damage incurred. And that's why since the inception of the school, the boarding aspect has been brought up last year, 2019, at our installation as a BOM chair. And we have tried to our best to make the school a boarding school, since we value the education. We only had to convert. We only had the dormitory and renovate it to standards of one of the classes to a standard of a dormitory. And we have put an aspect of the exit opening outside. The bed capacity is enough. But now that is undamaged, the students are spending their nights on the floor. There is an aspect of dust. Children will suffer from respiratory diseases related to dust, and there is no nets, mosquitoes, they will be affected. Because they are now the classes which have converted to a dormitory. It's not up to the standard as compared to where they were spending their nights. And that's becoming a health aspect in relation to where they are spending their night. Previously, the dormitories and classes, so they are in terms of wind and what it was catered for, but where we transfer them, it is just a classroom with a wire mesh. So the aspect of the cold weather overnight, mosquitoes, the floors, is an issue which we need to come to an aid so that we're able to assist the young learners to actualize their dreams, actually. Because they want more time to study. And to study, they must have spent the night comfortably. They have to have enough sleep, comfort, so that they'll be able to concentrate in classes.